You know that feeling that you get when Blizzard announces something that could either save World of Warcraft or completely destroy it? Because Midnight isn't just another expansion. It's Blizzard betting the entire future of the game on one dangerous idea. And if it fails, there may not be a recovery this time. Hey everybody, today we need to talk about World of Warcraft Midnight. Not the hype, not the features list, but the risk. Because for the first time since Legion, Blizzard isn't playing it safe anymore. They're rewriting the core identity of the game. And history shows when WoW experiments too hard, players leave. For almost 20 years, WoW has followed a pattern of new continent, new leveling zones, new borrowed power, reset every 2 years. Well, that safety net's now gone. The World Soul Saga changes the design philosophy from expansions being chapters to WoW as one evolving RPG world. WoW isn't a contained story in Midnight. It's a permanent world shift. That means Blizzard can't just abandon systems like they used to. Meaning no more artifact weapons disappearing, covenants vanishing, ghost towns being made from the garrisons. Everything now has to matter long term. And that's incredibly dangerous because WoW historically survives by forgetting its mistakes. Midnight is leaning heavily into player expression, housing, evergreen progression, persistent features. Sounds great, right? Well, WoW players are the most optimized driven communities on Earth. Give them freedom and they'll turn it into map. If a system is too simple, it's boring. If it's too complex, it's mandatory grind. If it's too cosmetic, it's pointless. And if it's too powerful, it's required. There is almost no middle ground at all. Blizzard is basically attempting the hardest design challenge in MMO history. A permanent system that casuals will love and hardcore players don't min-max into misery. Shadowland Covenants failed this exact test. Midnight doesn't get a reset button though. Midnight is also the turning point of Light versus Void storyline. And Blizzard is taking a risk they haven't taken since Warcraft 3. They're moving away from the faction war permanently. No more Horde versus Alliance as a main driver. Now, the threat is cosmic, which sounds epic, but it also creates a major problem. Warcraft's identity was conflict between players. And the story becomes purely universal level, and the players can feel smaller in their own game. We saw criticism in Shadowlands when players made comments like, "I'm not an adventurer anymore. I feel like a side character in a cosmic movie." Midnight has to balance personal fantasy and cosmic stakes. If they miss, the story becomes an emotional, empty wreck. Here's the part nobody is saying. Midnight isn't being designed like a normal expansion. It's being designed like a platform reboot. The World Soul Saga is essentially WoW 2 without deleting WoW 1. Blizzard is trying to modernize the game while keeping 20 years of players invested. And almost never does that work in live service games. You either start over and lose veterans, or you keep everything and scare new players away. Midnight is attempting both at one time. Because doing nothing is worse than trying something. Dragonflight fixed gameplay, but it didn't grow the game. The MMO genre changed. Players want performance. They want identity. They want social spaces again, not seasonal power treadmills. If Blizzard released another safe expansion, WoW would slowly become comfortable and irrelevant. Midnight is risky because stagnation is fatal in any game. So yeah, Blizzard is taking a huge risk. Permanent system, narrative shift, long-term progression, and a multi-expansion storyline. If it works, WoW enters the second golden age. If it fails, we may look at Dragonflight as the last traditional expansion the game ever had. And honestly, for the first time in years, WoW feels unpredictable again. What do you think? Is Midnight the future of WoW, or the expansion that breaks it all? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in Azeroth.